What's up, everyone? Jeremy Gerard here with a video about how to back things on Kickstarter. Specifically, we're going to look at the new Kickstarter campaign for the Mythic Legions Tactics War of the Aetherblade game. This is an exciting expansion on the world of Mythic Legions brought to us by Four Horsemen Studios and Great Hall Game Studios. The campaign's going on right now, and I'm already seeing a ton of buzz around this exciting campaign. Actually, with just over 4 hours into the campaign, the funding goal was already met, which is super exciting because there's a lot of time left in this campaign to hit those stretch goals and just make this thing that much cooler. Now, a lot of the questions that I'm seeing around this campaign are actually about Kickstarter themselves. There's a lot of people in the Mythic Legions community, and certainly people outside of the Mythic Legions community, that may have never used Kickstarter before. So some of their questions are specifically around how does Kickstarter work? How do I, back it? How do I, put in what I want for my pledge? How do I add add-ons above and beyond what I'm pledging for my reward? How are they going to get the rewards to me with my address? Tons of questions that are all very logical questions. So I figured what I would do is I would shoot a quick video looking at Kickstarter itself. Awesome. Hopefully this will help you. So first off, a little backstory on Kickstarter and on crowdfunding in general. Kickstarter is a popular platform for this crowdfunding concept. So in a nutshell, this is something that's been going on for a number of different years where creators have an idea, they want to produce something, and they go right out to their potential fans and community to say, will you help make this thing happen? Whether it's a comic book or a movie or, or action figures or a video game. These are all logical ways to use crowdfunding. Four Horsemen Studios have used crowdfunding and used Kickstarter a number of times. We actually probably wouldn't have Mythic Legions if it wasn't for crowdfunding. Mythic Legions 1.0 and Mythic Legions Advent of Decay were both funded on the Kickstarter.com platform. And even before Mythic Legions, the Gothotropolis Ravens figures were also on Kickstarter. We're also seeing other companies start doing private crowdfunding now as well. For instance, Hasbro with their HasLab offerings, that is essentially crowdfunding, where they're saying, hey, we have this cool thing we want to make. We need so many people to back it or to agree to pre-order and buy it to make sure that it makes sense for us to create it. Now, actually, when it comes to Mythic Legions Tactics, this campaign is not the first one that's been done. There actually was a private crowdfunding campaign on Four Horsemen Studios' own ForgeHorseman.com platform. That was done earlier this year. In that platform, that campaign raised over $250,000 for the development of the game. So already the single player version of the game is locked in. That's being made. Ton of cool stuff happening. So this new Kickstarter is all about expanding it, getting the multiplayer version of the game. And there's a lot of cool stretch goals as well that are available. So understanding that, let's look at how everything is done. Now, one thing you should know about Kickstarter is when you pledge on Kickstarter, it is, it's not a store. It is you are pledging to back a project in exchange for a certain reward. You do have a little buyer beware here, right? If you back things on Kickstarter, you need to do your due diligence and make sure that you're backing a creator and a company that you believe is going to follow through. There's a lot of horror stories out there about companies saying they're going to do something, taking a bunch of pledges in, and then not delivering the rewards they've promised. Now, the good news is, as I mentioned, this is not the Four Horsemen Studios' first time doing it. They are a very reputable company. They've had 3 successful Kickstarters under their belt, and they've produced a ton of action figures and products over the years. Additionally, Great Hall Game Studios, wonderful team behind that has got a ton of experience in producing video games. So the team that you are backing here is a very trustworthy one that has a history of delivering for their fans. But like I said, just Kickstarter as a whole, that is something to be mindful of. So when you pledge on Kickstarter, you are pledging a certain amount of money. We're going to look how to do that in a moment. One thing to know is you're not charged until the end of the campaign, and you're only charged if the campaign meets its funding goal. So if a campaign is, say, looking for $100,000 to make their minimum funding goal, and they don't hit that number, it doesn't matter what you've pledged, you won't be charged because it's all or nothing, right? They either get to the funding goal and then everyone gets charged. If they don't get to the funding goal, no one gets charged, and obviously none of those rewards are created. Now, for this particular campaign, that doesn't matter because the funding goal has already been met. They've already exceeded that $100,000 funding goal, and now they're just trying to raise more money that's going to allow them to do even cooler stuff. So the first thing is, how do you find the Kickstarter? You can either go to mythiclegionsgames.com. If you go there, that will automatically forward you over to the Kickstarter, or you can go to sourcehorseman.com, which is, the hub for all things Four Horsemen Studios, and that's where I'm going to go right now, and I'm going to show you that. So right here, you can see this is sourcehorseman.com. And as of right now, this may change depending when you're viewing this video, but I'm just going to go back to this campaign, and that's going to bring you right to the Kickstarter page. So here we are on Kickstarter. This is the Kickstarter for Mythic Legions Tactics, War of the Aetherblade. You can see we've already got $141,000 pledged of that $100,000 goal. Now, the first thing you're going to need to do, and I've already done this, I already have an account with Kickstarter, so you're going to need to create an account. So Kickstarter is a totally separate platform from Four Horsemen Studios' other, platforms. This is not the Store Horseman website. This is not even the Forge Horseman private campaign that was done previously. Those are separate entities than Kickstarter. Kickstarter is a private company that Four Horsemen Studios are using this platform for this campaign. So you do need to create a Kickstarter login if you don't have one already. Now, I'm already logged in. If I wasn't up here where it shows my little avatar, it would actually have kind of a sign up process there. You're going to want to sign up for that. Signing up for Kickstarter is kind of outside of the campaign itself. That's something you can do with Kickstarter, but it's generally very, very simple to do it. If you've ever signed up for any online, service, you put in your name, you put in your email, you create an account, you should be ready to go. Once you do that, Kickstarter has got a lot of different types of campaigns you can fund, but we're focused on this one. So what you're going to want to do is, if you scroll down, I'm going to point out a few different things here. We've got the campaign link, risks, FAQs, updates, comments, community. So the things I really want to point out, risks is just going to be some, boilerplate language. They have to put this in where it talks about, some of the challenges with Kickstarters, some of the challenges with, producing video games and action figures. Once again, you're buying this from a reputable group that have done this a number of times before. So this is just there to let you know who you are buying from and what safeguards they have in place. FAQs, if there are any questions along the way, they can put them here. Same thing, updates throughout the course of the campaign. Once you back it, you'll have access to those updates, and you can see any information as they maybe add new rewards tiers and things like that. Comments are from people actually that are backing the campaign already. You get a little bit of chatting that you can do back and forth as you get excited for what's coming. But really, campaign is where we want to focus. Now, I'm on a PC right now. If you're on a mobile device, this will look a little bit different. For instance, on a mobile device, there's another tab for rewards. On a PC, we've got the rewards that are actually on the right-hand side of the page, while the campaign information is over to the left. It's a little bit different on a mobile. But if we scroll down here, we'll see we've got some cool gameplay footage. We've got some information about the exclusive new 2-pack of Gorgo and Attila that's available. This is just information about the campaign itself. Oh, look, there's a video of me. I actually did a video all about, how to get started with Mythic Legions, what you need to know if you've never been introduced to the line. And they even put that video right here on the campaign page. Super cool. Project overview. This is all the information you're going to want to read about the campaign itself. However, that doesn't explain to you necessarily how to back the campaign. So we're going to do that right now, okay? So over here, what you're going to see is on the right-hand side, there's a number of different rewards tiers. So the first thing you need to do is you need to select what you want your reward to be. So they've got the base game, they've got the deluxe game, the deluxe builder packs. There's all these different builder packs that are part of this campaign. Let me scroll down here and show you what I mean. It's going to catch up. It's actually quite a ways down, but there's a number of different action figure builder packs that are part of this campaign, as well as possible rewards, and that's what it's talking about there. Scroll. So here you go. These different builder packs, that's what it's referring to. Here's the Gorgo and Attila 2-pack. Intern for Days, a cool experience where you get to come to the studio and actually hang out with the Horsemen and me. I'll be there as well. A lot of cool stuff. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to back out. Actually, I should say there's 1, 2 for all-in. The all-in will literally get you everything. It gets you the deluxe version of the game. It gets you the figures, the whole kit and caboodle. But one thing you should understand is no matter what you pick here for your pledge, you're not locked into only that item. You can add more, and that's what I'm going to show you. So I'm going to pick this Gorgo and Attila 2-pack. And you see I hover over it, and it says select this reward. So I select that reward. The pledge amount is $100. My shipping destination is United States. These prices do not include shipping. Shipping will be added closer to the delivery of this because shipping prices change so much. I'm going to click continue. So I've selected my reward. I click continue. Now what it's going to be here is it comes up and it says, okay, I've got the Gorgo and Attila 2-pack. And then it's got this whole section here for add-ons. So I've already pledged $100, and what I'm going to get is that 2-pack of action figures. But I can go above and beyond that, and I can add anything else I want. And it's almost right here like a shopping cart, where I can add this bag of holding, which is a bag of coins and gems for the game. I can add these sigil coins. Say that I actually want to add more of that Gorgo and Attila 2-pack. So I can go add, and it actually comes up with this number right here. So I can say I want to add 2 more of those. Okay, very cool. And you can see right down here, my total is now increased to $300. So I had that $100 initial pledge, and I just added 2 more there. Now I'm also going to add, say, a male orc builder pack at $56. And of course, I'm going to add the game because that's what this is all about, right? I've got to play Mythic Legion Tactics. So I'm going to add that game as well. So my total is $406. I'm going to click continue. I'm going to log in with my password. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take it off that screen for a minute. Log myself in. Okay, so once you log yourself in, now this is the point where it's going to give you your kind of shopping cart, everything that you've agreed to, and then it's going to have your financial information. So if you haven't added a credit card, this is where you add a credit card. Now, again, you're not charged for the pledge at this part of the campaign. You're only charged at the end of the campaign. This particular campaign runs until September 1st, so you'll be charged on September 1st. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to process this, my pledge summary. Everything looks good. I select that I understand what I'm doing here, and I click pledge. And now it's processing. Very good. So let me share my page again. And it says, thank you, Jeremy Gerard. You've now made this pledge. So now I have pledged for this. That's as easy as it is. You go on, you select the pledge you want, you add any add-ons that you want, and then you just finish the financial information, you hit pledge, and you're good to go. Now, at any point during the Kickstarter, if you come in and right under here, I'm going to click my pledges. Right here, now, instead of saying back this pledge, it says manage your pledge. So at any point, if I click that, it's going to bring me back in to kind of what I've pledged, and I can change that around. I can add more, I can remove more. You can do that throughout the entire duration of the Kickstarter campaign. Once you select a bunch of rewards, you're not locked into it until the campaign is done. So you can change it around throughout the campaign. If they add more rewards that you're really excited for, you can certainly go in and add some. If you change your mind and you're like, instead of doing this, I want to do this one, no problem. You've got that flexibility. You're not locked in until right at the end. So that's important. How do you actually get charged, and how do these things get delivered, right? So as I mentioned, at the end of the campaign, they will charge your credit card on file based on your pledge amount. What will happen is shortly after the campaign is done, the creators will put together something called BackerKit. BackerKit is another service that works alongside Kickstarter to do actually, order fulfillment, to take actual orders. So what it will do is it will reach out to you and it will say, hey, you have pledged $406. And we believe that you want, based on what I did, you want to have the Gorgo and Attila 2-pack as your reward. You also added on 2 more Gorgo and Attila 2-packs. You added on a deluxe Orc Builder pack, and you added on a deluxe version of the game. That equals $406. Is this correct? In BackerKit, if you want, you can even add more, right? It's like a shopping cart, so you can even go more there. Now, first, the idea is to make your full pledge as much as you want during the campaign to drive that number up so those stretch goals can be opened. But certainly finances, whatever happens with you, if you do need to add something in BackerKit, you can totally do that as well. It's yet another chance for you to do so. And at that point, in BackerKit is where you put in your order fulfillment information. That's where you put in your address and all of the information so they can actually reach out to you with your rewards. Now, in this particular case, some Kickstarters actually do include shipping in the initial price. This Kickstarter has decided that shipping will be charged after the fact. So be aware of that. They will handle that through communications, but that is how you will enter your information and how they will know where to send these awesome figures and rewards to you once they are ready to go. So that's a high-level overview of Kickstarter. Again, step number 1, you've got to create an account, okay? Once you have an account and you're in Kickstarter, you go to the campaign page, choose your reward level, okay? And the reward level is not the be-all, end-all of what you want. It is just how getting started. It's the beginning of your pledge. Now, I showed you on a PC where we had the campaign and the rewards side by side. I do find a PC or a computer screen, I'm on a laptop, to be the easiest way to use the Kickstarter interface, because if you're on a phone and there's less screen real estate, they're going to condense some things. I have heard from some people that have been on, say, a certain device, and once they do the pledge, they can't see the add-ons because the add-ons are like off screen or whatever. Certainly it happens. That's a Kickstarter issue where sometimes the interface might be a little bit different on different screens, because the way you have to lay something out for a wide screen computer versus a small screen mobile is a little bit different. Once again, if you have access to a PC, I just find that to be the easiest way to process this information. But you pick your pledge, add any add-ons that you want, put in your financial information, or if you have a Kickstarter account, it's obviously already stored in there, hit pledge, and you're good to go. Anytime throughout the course of the campaign, you can come in, you can move that pledge up, you can move that pledge down, you can even cancel the pledge if you really want to. If something happens in your life and you can't follow through, you can always cancel your pledge. So up until that last moment, you're not locked into anything. Very, very cool. Hopefully, these answer some of your questions. Once again, if you want to know where the Kickstarter is, mythiclegionsgames.com will get you there, as well as sourcehorseman.com. There will be a link on that website. Get you over to the campaign page, see all the awesome stuff that's available in the Kickstarter, get you to be part of this, follow along with all the backers and the team up until September 1st, where we can see how much higher this amazing campaign will go and what awesome things we are going to have unleashed for us and unveiled for us in the Mythic Legions Tactics War of the Aetherblade campaign. Thank you very much, and thank you for backing this Kickstarter from Four Horsemen Studios and Great Hall Game Studios.